Welcome to all you entrepreneurs, seekers, skeptics, and spiritually conscious and curious souls tuning in. This is the 50 Entrepreneurs in 50 Days Abundance Mission, and I am beyond excited to chat with my mentor, Jorge Alfredo. So let's dive into this divine marketing and sales masterclass, George. Oh, wait, hang on, guys. Make sure to hit subscribe so you get all the gold coming out of this channel endlessly and stay to the end because we have something special for you that you're not going to want to miss. All right, so George, I'm not saying that you should have your own statue or anything, but the day you broke through all my egotistical BS, I'm pretty sure the universe gave you a standing ovation. So yeah, I'm dying to know what kind of world-shaking, jaw-dropping thing are you up to right now, my friend?
Well, that was an amazing introduction. I appreciate that, Rory, and thanks for having me here on your channel. And hello to everyone watching. Well, right now I just came off a 2 year, traveling around the world. It was around 33 countries in the last 2 years. So I'm back to working full time online, man. And because I really was just I didn't do much for 2 years besides uh just how I guess I would say experience, the fruits of my labor and just travel. But now we're impacting lives, man, changing lives, putting the team together, growing it, and that's pretty much it. That's what I'm focused on at the moment, man.
Amazing, man. Well, your mentorship, George, and commitment to your mentees, me being one of them, is so off the charts, man. I'd probably buy dirt from you if you said it was magic. But
Yeah,
seriously,
thank you.
forget me. Why should some random guy who'd rather watch paint dry than listen to a pitch drop everything and hear you out?
Yeah. Why should they join us, or why should they be a part of us? I I'm really big on people making educated decisions, right? I'm really big on connections. I'm really big on people getting all the information they need. I don't think people should stop everything what they're doing and jump on board with anybody. I think what they should do is stop procrastinating and at least start the educational process, right? Talk to the person that looks like they know what's going on. Talk to the team that maybe you envision yourself being a part of, and take out a pen and paper. Most people are scared because they just won't do the work, right? The initial work is just educational, right? Look at some numbers, look at some back office, see if it fits for you, right? You know me, I don't believe in like the whole push people into buying anything. I believe in the opposite. Push them away because you don't know if they qualify to work with you and you don't want to work with them. Push them away, right? If after everything, right, this somebody you want to work with, they want to work with you, then you make the right decision and now you're looking at success. Most people fail online or they fail at what they do because they did not do their research before joining, right? And then they keep thinking, well, the next business I'm also going to get, I'm going to lose or I'm going to get scammed or this or that. Well, if you don't do your research, yes, probably. If you don't do the legwork, you don't do the hard work, yes. So for me, what I would recommend is, they get a hold of you, Rory. They get a hold of whoever's on the team or whatever mentor they're looking into. Get a hold of them. Most people, would you believe this, Rory? They won't send a DM. They won't pick up the phone. They just sit back and they watch and quietly judge. Oh, they gotta be scamming. They gotta be do, but they don't even have the courage to call. They don't even have the guts to pick up the phone, right? So it's not like stop what you're doing and no, it's more like at least get started, right? Get on some calls. Just like if you're on this call right now, you're watching this, congratulations to you for taking action, being one of those people that are educating themselves, and that's it. That way you minimize the risk and the growth potential, right? And the potential of success, it increases to the next level, man. Most people they just blindly do things and they've always done it like that. They were taught to do it like that. And that's why they keep losing, man. So I'm big on getting your education, getting your facts straight, before anything else. But that's pretty much it, man. That's what I would recommend. Give us a call, check out what we're doing, jump on board. We have a free event this Thursday. So, things like that.
Amazing, mate. Well, I know that you weren't gonna take me in at the start. That was You
Oh
know,
yeah, yeah. There you go. So you know that what I'm saying. I tell you every time I preach it, it's what I do. You're absolutely right about that. Go ahead, tell the story, man.
yeah, man. Well, I mean, I'd go quickly through it because I don't want to talk too much about me because of what my mentors taught me. But it started with me pitching you a deal, and I got to the second meeting, and you couldn't figure out how you were going to win, and you were honest enough to say that I hadn't asked a single question about you, which of course triggered me first, and I hung up the call, and then I blocked you. And but I am blessed a little bit, George, with a bit of introspection. So I reached out to you, I think the next day, and just apologized and said you're absolutely right. I didn't listen to you. I didn't even ask a single question about you, and then you didn't reply straight away. So I jumped on your one of your posts and said just check your messages, and that's when you came back to me and you said, you know what, Rory, I know you're good at what you do. I can tell you're good at what you do, but there's just something in there. It's in your eyes. Like there's the darkness or something. Like you seem really down on yourself. You don't have the confidence. It seems like you don't believe in what you're doing. And that just really broke me down, man. Like, long story short, I've been sort of a lone wolf for the last 7 years. Um, Having bad contractor after bad contractor. And, you know, I've had a breakthrough with you every single time, George. But effectively, you were the only
Good
one
stuff,
that was
man.
able to get through to me at a time when everyone was saying I was unreasonable, and everyone, including my family, was saying that it was pointless talking to me. So,
I yeah.
yeah,
Good stuff, man. And thanks for sharing that with us, the story over again. But it's just like I said, while everybody's trying to pitch, right, I'm actually pushing people away, walking away. And like you said, while everybody's trying to get through to you, I'm actually listening. So most of us, there's a saying I heard this morning that says, while you're thinking of what to say to the person, I'm thinking of the person that I'm speaking to, right? So it's not like the words, it's actually the person. So why am I saying this? Most of us were taught to live life with a very how would you say when your only interests are in yourself, like very selfish interests, very
self-centered.
self-centered, right? And that's why they have a very hard time, communicating and reaching success in life. With me, if you notice, I'm not self-centered. It's the opposite. I'm centered on you. There's a reason why if when people want to pitch me or whatever, I want to listen to them. There's a reason I don't want to get through to people. I want to listen. So, that's the thing, man. When you learn to be centered on others and really listen, everything's, I think you've noticed it. Sales, it's like it's so easy. It's the easiest thing in the world. Relationships, it's so easy. Easiest thing in the world, right? Having a good lifestyle, is so easy when you just focus on listening and caring, right? And just being there for others. So that's pretty much that's my approach, man. I wouldn't sound like a hippie, but I love the beach and I love being happy and I love being at peace, and that's what I try to share with my team in the online space. Because when you can be at peace, you find the happy spot, right? And you have the right people around you, success follows, business follows, money increases. Most people have it backwards. They're like, oh, my business to succeed, my money to increase, I want it all, but I'm going to neglect listening to people. I'm going to neglect being a humble servant. I'm going to neglect my amazing lifestyle. I'm going to neglect children, spouse, friends, because I want my business to grow. Hustle, hustle, hustle. That's why they're struggling. That business is dead, right? So for me, man, I like hearing those stories like, oh, this is how you got me, or this is how you sold it. And it always comes back to the same thing. I just listen, man. Just listen. It's very easy. Good
I mean,
stuff, man.
you give more than that though, George. All right, mate, but like, what's the secret sauce that's got people tossing their life savings at you like it's a Vegas craps table? What makes you the black swan in a sea of waddling ducks? And more importantly, how do people come out of your program feeling like they've leveled up so hard that they belong in a Marvel movie?
Yeah, good. I like that. Well, the one thing that's gonna get them, the one thing that's gonna get people to want to join immediately, right? Is obviously being able to have clarity on their plan. And that's something that we do from the very beginning. I think you know that. Before I even ask for money or we go into it, we make sure that we can achieve your goals, your dreams, right? That lifestyle. We make sure we break, where are you going, right? After that, I believe that it's the only program online that can immediately put you at $10,000 a month with no experience before, no, you don't need a whole business and branding and all that stuff. If you just plug into what we're already doing, you're looking at $10,000 months from the very beginning, right? The commission structure, you can make anywhere between $100 and $2,000 per sale, man, instantly deposited to your bank account. There's no other business that I've seen out there that could take a person that has no experience, no high school diploma, no college degree. They're not big influencers. They don't have a huge following, and they can still jump on board for $2,000 instant commissions. And they have live training, right? You have the script, copy and paste, and you have people on the team just like you, Rory, just like me, right? That gives them full support system. So when somebody sees that, they see the vision, they see their goals, they see how everybody else is getting there, they jump on board, right? So again, it goes back to more of what we're providing than, oh, come on, man, you got to lock your spot now, man. Jump on board. That's not going to work. That really doesn't work. So you ask me, why do people jump on board easily and effortlessly? Hands down, we have the best commission structure, the best leaders, right? Obviously, the best business breakdown for a 15-year-old to understand. And why do they leave the mentorship and the program and the course feeling like they're unstoppable? Well, because now they're six-figure people. Anybody that makes at least one sale a week, you're looking at $100,000 a year, right? You also went through the responsibility classes, right? How to do the self-love, be responsible, take action. You also learn a complete breakdown on how to be a successful entrepreneur. So imagine a random person just watching this video, right? And they don't have big sales experience. They don't have online experience. They maybe they did some multi-level marketing here and there, some things where they told them get your two that gets two and whatnot, right? They can jump on board, and you know this to be true. They could jump on board, go in the back office, they could talk to me, do a one-on-one. Immediately, within an hour or two, they could start making money. That's just not out there right now. It's that not only can they make money, it would get deposited to their bank account. You join a multi-level marketing right now, I don't care what you sell today, you're not getting paid today. Affiliate, this, you got to wait. Imagine this, man. And I've been in it for 8 years. So imagine this. I remember a time 8 years ago where I needed money for groceries. I didn't have the money, haven't had money in like 2 days. It's like, look, I have to make a sale today. The minute I made a sale, I went grocery shopping. I was in the grocery store within like 12 minutes later. They made a sale, this, and that. Hey, yeah, man, but when I come back, we'll do the onboarding because I'm going out with my wife. Well, yeah, no problem. While that person went with the wife, I went grocery shopping. I don't know. I don't know another program where you can have zero experience, right? You don't have a team. No one knows you, and you can make money to where it gets deposited to your bank account right now in the next 30 seconds, right? So, and when we have, thousands of people that have achieved success inside of this group with this business, we got over 900 people just this year alone, right? You're dealing with a proven formula, right? And so that's it, man. That's why people join. They take ownership of their reality, right? They build the life that they want, and they leave with their chest out, chin up high, right? And now they're dominating life because that's the goal here. That's the goal here. If you can't, I said it earlier today on our call, Rory. It's like, look, a lot of people think it's your business that dictates your lifestyle. It's not. It's who you are as a person that dictates your lifestyle, and your lifestyle dictates your business, right? You got an amazing business with a horrible lifestyle and habits, your business, you're going to go out of business soon, right? You're an amazing person, you're responsible, you have a great habits, and your business sucks, your business is going to increase by the day because the business and the money and the success, all of these material things, they follow the person. A lot of people want to build that and then follow it. That's what they have it backwards. That's why they don't grow anywhere. So little things like that, most people have the talent, they have the skills, they could go. but the view, the way they see business and life makes it complicated for them. So that's why it's easy for someone to join us. And, before you know it, they're leaders. They have a big following. They're bringing in 10, 20, $30,000, right, a month, right? So it's an all around system. And then the only system I've seen like that, every other system, they're like, go pitch, go make money. And you're pitching somebody else's product, somebody else's brand, somebody else's name, right? And you get no help whatsoever. And if you don't sell, you suck, right? That's the reality in the industry. And we just don't do that here. So thanks for asking, man.
Yeah, man, I want to elaborate a little bit there, George, because, you know, with this system and most importantly with the mentorship I just don't know how you do it, to be honest. Just giving, like, for instance, if I need a call from you or whatever, you're there, man. You jump on. It might take an hour to talk through what we're talking about. You're doing 3 1 hour live sessions a week. You're putting through documentation. I've got my SDO checklist from you, standard daily operations. But one, I just want to mention to the audience one of the things that really resonated with me. And it was probably early on in one of our first calls because I've had a lot of unlearning to do, right? I learned a lot of bad habits with closing deals, very good at closing deals with those bad habits. Um, I remember the day when we kind of got started, and it was like, Rory, just you do your 2 to 4 hours a day, just work the system. And I said to you, well, if it's 2 to 4 hours a day, I'm gonna do 8 to 10 hours a day. and
Mhm.
um and you said to me, Rory, that's not how you're meant to do it, mate. Like you can't do that because we are telling people that they can make 10 to 20K a month as a start, um, working 2 to 4 hours a day. So if you're not actually living that, Rory, you're lying. Do you know what I mean? That was
Right.
one of the things that really resonated with me, George. And so like I've I have refused to work 2 to 4 hours a day. I've had a couple big days, but um, and I got off the call with you yesterday, and I think you remember, like I had $6,500 drop into my account. So I
Nice.
mean, less is more. But the fact that you insisted on, living that lifestyle, was really important to me. But
Absolutely, man. And I'm glad you said that. If I may, another reason why it's very difficult for people to find success, they don't practice what they preach, right? And then they wonder why everything in life is confusing. Well, you don't practice anything of what you preach. That's why, for me, it's very important. You could work 8 to 10 hours, but then that's what you would have to promote. Hey, if you work 10 hours a day, this is what and that's actually the reality online. They tell you with only 2 to 3 hours, you get in and you really need like 20 hours. That's not the case here, right? So, it's very important to practice what you preach, man. And if like you said, I'm available all day, that's because I live the freedom lifestyle. And I told you this earlier. Like I might be eating dinner at lunch, you call me, like I'll step out, I'll talk to you because it's my lifestyle, right? I don't feel like I've worked in years, man. How do you do it, man? You have all these mentoring calls. I don't even notice them. I'm just living.
absolutely, George, and you're the example of what you preach, and that's really important to me. And that's one of the things that I've noticed is that a lot of people just coming up with inspirational stuff online. They
Right,
won't even reply to a text message or something. Do you know what I
right.
mean? It's like,
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But it's okay. That's why we're here because 98, 99% of online, they're all inspirational speakers, motivational, this, that. You reach out, say, hey, hello, good morning. They're in a bad mood. They don't want to talk to you. They're scared. They're fear someone's going to pitch them. It's all crap, man. It's just all this inspiration, motivation, blah, blah, blah. You try to talk to them, they're horrible humans. Like they're all scared. They're like in the little cocoon. They don't even want to talk to you. But they're like, oh man, join my team. Dude, it looks like your team sucks, brother. Like, I mean, I can't even get a hold of you. But it's unfortunate that that's the education that went around and that's how people are operating their business. And then they have the nerve to call themselves business owners. Like, dude, posting motivational content on social media is not a business, right? But anywho, man, I'm glad you started. You noticed that you're starting to see that. Yeah, yeah. You got to be an example of what you're selling. I tell people all the time, you are the brand. You're the brand. If people can't see you and tell that guy's at peace, he's making money, he knows what he's talking about, he's got a good team, right? If they can't see that, it's probably not true. It's hard to hide who you truly are, right? So, like I tell you, man, 2 to 3 hours a day on following the formula, running the scripts, doing the DMs, emails, whatever. And then the rest is just, living life, man, traveling, going to Colombia here tomorrow. After Colombia, we're going to Thailand, right? Just flew in from, Cancun here in Cabo. So it's very easy to live the life that people claim that, everybody wants to live it, right? The travel freedom lifestyle. I've been living it for years, man. And it's very easy when you humble yourself. Don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal, don't exaggerate, right? That's another part of lying, right? Just be humble, caring, listen, and that's it, man. You could travel the world. You could buy whatever you want. You can go wherever you want. Stress-free, happy. But you gotta be the right person and live the right type of life. Most people want this exotic life. They're not exotic individuals. They want this leadership entrepreneur results. You're not a leader or an entrepreneur. It's like, right? That's what I mean about being humble. Humble means know exactly where you stand in life. And if you don't like it, change it. But be humble enough to know the truth and live with the truth. And I'm telling you, man, the truth sets you free. The truth sets you free. A lot of people want to be millionaires to travel the world. The reality is you could travel the world on $4,000 a month. It's like, I know a lot of people on making, $2,000 to $3,000 a month online, and they're living out their best lives because they're humble. Then you have other people making 10, 15, $20,000 a month, and they're always stressed, they're always complaining. They think everyone's this, everyone, and they don't get to live their life. Lack of humility. Humility, man, it's the way. The truth will set you free.
Be a humble servant. I am a humble servant and a leader. That is my affirmation that I do every day because of you, George, and also the I love yourself enough to forgive myself. I love myself enough to forgive myself.
Absolutely.
Really powerful stuff, man. Seems so simple, but
It
um,
is simple because when you understand, people will join the person they either trust, respect, like, or admire. So, how do you become those? How do you become a trustworthy person, a respectable person? Do what the hell, or become what the hell everybody wants to become, which is what? Their best version. You want to be the very best you are, right? She wants to become the very best version. So if I'm the first one to get there, now I'm the leader. But guess what? I didn't go try to change her. I didn't go try to change him and her. I changed me. When you realize that the journey is inward, business becomes very easy. Building teams becomes easy. Your leadership abilities just constantly keep growing. The income does not stop coming, right? But again, it all they say, all ships, they rise, right? And the fall based on the tide, right? Tide is your level of leadership, man. You can lift up any level of complications in this world based on your level of leadership, or the smallest little problem can crush your dreams because you lack leadership. You think it's somebody else's responsibility, right? So imagine being humble, being a leader, being happy, being at peace, and being connected to God. That's how I live my life, man. And when you do that, you don't have to convince people that there's something better. They can see that there's something better. Most people, they're not what they say they are. So they got to come up with stories and come up with this pitch and come up with that. And then they're tired of lying all day long. And then before you know it, they're ready to leave the industry. But it's like you were never in it to begin with. You lied while you were in, and now you're lying to leave. But 99.9% of them, it's not their fault. They just don't have the right information, right? Why are people homeless and selling candy or whatever? They don't have the right information to make $100,000. If they did, they would be doing that. Why are people lying, complaining, stressed online? They don't have the right information to live a peaceful, happy life where they just reach crazy amounts of success every day. If they had that information, they would be living that life. People, so this is what I mean about being humble. I understand, right? Not everybody has the right information. I'm glad we have it. I feel blessed, right? And I'm glad that we can share that information with anybody that's willing to walk that leadership path, right? That humility path, right? That success path, entrepreneurship journey, right? And that's it, man. Just stay humble, you know? Pretty chill life.
Stay humble and serve, give, and it comes back. Well, I'm
Absolutely.
starting to really, it's starting to drop. I know that you had to fight this ego of mine down for kind of relentlessly for a while. Still needs a bit of work, but it's getting there. So thank you.
No, of course, man. I'm very happy to help, and you're very welcome. And you're, to me, in my eyes, you're a leader. And I don't want you to feel like I fought your ego. I don't. If anything, I just showed you love, and you always got to show people love, man. Right? A lot of people. I don't think I've never fought you, but I understand what you're saying. Most to the viewers, because we had, I'll say it to the viewers. You know, me and you went back and forth at the beginning, like, oh, but this is how I've done business. Well, this is what you're saying. This is how, right? And instead of me going back and forth and bumping heads, it's like, cool, right? And just be patient. See, me as a mentor, and please don't take this wrong. Well, you're a father, you won't take this the wrong way. Me as a mentor, I see my team as my children. Like some are very crazy and they break stuff and this and that, but he will eventually end up being the lawyer of the family. Some are very outrageous. There's some are quiet, some, but eventually the one that was quiet, she's gonna be the spokesperson on stage. With everybody that comes on my team, I know that I have yet to meet them eye level. So I give myself enough time to know where they're at, who they are. Sometimes it takes a few days, sometimes it takes a week or so. But I try and meet everybody eye level, and I just give them love. And again, I think that's the perfect recipe for parents and mentors, coaches, teachers. Meet your people at eye level, show them love, even when they disrespect you, even when they go against you, even when the ego rises. Why? Because I know what I'm doing. They don't. So I don't believe in like the leadership style of, well, it's my way or the highway. It's like you could be a little bit more patient, right? What was I gonna say about that leadership thing? I keep hearing this online all the time. He wasn't coachable. No, maybe you weren't a good mentor. He doesn't know how to learn. Maybe you don't know how to teach, right? It's like, and that's how I see it. Like if a teacher ever calls at me because my son's in trouble or whatever, so what are you calling me for? You're getting paid to be the responsible one. Like I'm not gonna get him in trouble at home. He behaves at home. He doesn't behave with you. You're the grown up. Figure that out, right? That's how I look at it here. Like imagine someone paying you their hard-earned money. Hey, show me the ropes. Well, you're not coachable because you didn't do it the way I told you. I don't think that's the right approach. I'm always prepared for my team to, they're going to talk back at the beginning. The ego's going to come up. They're not going to believe half of it. They're like, oh, well, if I do this, I'm going to make 22 grand. Yes, if you do those two little things, you'll make 22 grand. Oh, man, I've been in business forever. That's never happened. And they don't, just give them a little time and then they eventually break. And then they're like, all right, I surrender. I'm going to do it that way. And then they did. Like, just like children. They're gonna, oh, my dad doesn't know what he's talking about. My dad don't know. They're like, dude, I'm like 30 years older than you. I know what I'm talking about, son. Or that. Oh, it's times changed. Give him a couple more years, Dad. You were absolutely right, Dad. It's like that I should have did. Same thing with business, online, clients. You just got to do everything with a little touch of love, man. That's it.
Perfectly said, my brother. So, what do you say to the scene one, scene them all crew who think every sales coach is just another blowhard with a Wi-Fi signal? How do you get them to sit down, take stock, and take notes like they're in a master class with Yoda?
I wouldn't. I don't want those people because I see the way you feel about others is really the way you feel about yourself. If there's someone watching this right now, like he's a scammer, the person watching is a scammer. Because I can guarantee you a leader will look at me and say, he's a leader because we're all reflections of what we want to see. So I wouldn't want someone that thinks salespeople are bad. It's like, why? Because I believe salespeople make the world go round. I believe entrepreneurs are the ones that give us the new visions, the new ideas, the new projects. I believe that money is lovely. I believe it's great energy. So I'm always cheering for people on my side. I don't want people on the other side coming over here. It's like if you're gonna be the hater, the doubter, that they're scammers, stay broke on that side. It's like this is for happy rich people. And I'm okay with that because everything's balanced. The Bible would tell you the yin and the yang, everything's balanced. For us to be, you know, on this side, there has to be another side. And for them, I would just tell them to stay on their side. I don't need to change people's minds. You know why? And I'm gonna give you another one. You never have to change someone's mind because there's always more people that think like you than that one person giving you a hard time. I don't need to convince that one. There's a million other people out there waiting for me. They think just like me, and they can't wait to break through. And they can't wait to be big leaders and coaches and mentors and be there for their spouse, be there for their children, be there for everyone around. They can't wait. They know it might take me a year, it might take me 2 years, it might take me 10 years, but I will be on that stage. That's the one I want to work with. I might even do it for free, depending on their situation. But the one that's, man, I'm the best. I've seen them all. I've seen everything. Well, get over there and be the best. Go far from here. Go that way. Right? But that's me. Some people are into rebuttals, rejection. How do you deal with people that don't want to? I don't deal with them. You don't want to be here, you won't be forced to be here. Why would I force somebody to be around me? No. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. So I think, yeah, final answer. I would not tell those people to sit here, pull out pen and paper. I think go keep doing what you're doing. Oh, another one. I think people that have enough time to hate on others, they haven't been through enough pain. They've been through enough pain to where they want to inflict pain on others and they don't want to believe that other people are could be successful because they don't want to admit that they could be successful and they can also eliminate all their pain, right? So I think that people that are struggling, let them go through a little bit more pain. Eventually, everyone gets to a point in their life, if God's on their side, where they draw a line in the sand and they're like, I don't want any more pain. And then they become nice to people. They no longer hate. They no longer think of scams. They just like, for me, I haven't been scammed since I started, man. I could never tell you someone's scammed because I don't believe in scams. How can something I don't believe in, I'm aware of or nothing, how could that appear in my reality? It won't. And I've been in every MLM, never got scammed. I've been in every affiliate marketer, took that to hundreds of thousands of dollars. Did the crypto thing, that was paying me $10,000 a month residual. Every mentor I took, they delivered. My last mentor was $30,000. I think that was like the worst one, actually. And that was my most expensive one. And I don't think I got scammed. The information he had was for another type of audience. I already had most of the information because I paid for other mentors, but I don't think I was scammed. I don't believe in it. Therefore, those people don't come around. I've been, like I said, 33 countries, never been robbed, never been stabbed, never been jumped, never been in a fight. And I go party, man. I party crazy. I buy bottles. I buy the whole table. We bring, the dancers. And we do it big. Never been in trouble. And it's like, why? I don't believe in any of that stuff. Never been robbed. I don't believe in people. Right? Like I believe in happiness, hard work, teamwork, peace of mind, Jesus Christ. That's it, man. And that's your reality. Right? So
And
yeah,
I
I
can
wouldn't.
absolutely testify to the opposite of that, George, because, you know, I stopped believing in people, went on a lone wolf journey, and every single person that I attracted into my life were those exact type of people. So,
And they all were scammed before, and they all lost money, and they were all, that's why they're doing it alone.
yeah, and that's why they're like, well, you know what? Everyone else does it, so why don't
Right.
I? And I don't want to be that guy, and you really helped me out of that hole, so thank you. Um,
Happy to help.
so George, what's your pitch to the PTSD survivors of difficult programs that they didn't get enough out of, who might flinch at the word coach? How do you show them you're not just another one of those guys? You've already kind of
Well, yeah,
answered it.
yeah. I,
I'd
I
love you.
I wouldn't know really because I don't know the coach. I don't know if I'm one of those guys or not those guys. I don't know what we're comparing it to, but I know that I have zero complaints for my mentorship program. And I've told you at the beginning, I was like, look, I have 100% success rate. Like no one's ever came on board with me in the last 5, 6 years and was like, oh man, you left me hanging, you let me down. It's like I don't have anyone to say that, right? I have people like you, like, dude, can I interview you? Man, this is amazing. This is great. People need to know about this, right? So, but I wouldn't know how to like compare myself to others because I don't live in their life. I don't live in the world. And for the people that were scammed before. I don't know how or why they got scammed. But I will say this, 99 out of 100 people that think they got scammed, they weren't scammed. They were just, they didn't have the right information on their part. They didn't know how to communicate with the mentor. They didn't know, they just weren't, man. And me and you talked about this yesterday, I think, right? For me, like right now, I could be one of those people and say, oh man, I spent 30 grand and I didn't make a dollar out of it. But I don't think I was scammed though. I think that was part of the process. After that $30,000, and I saw him, I was like, this guy's making, because you know how many sales he was doing? He was doing like 25 sales a month. So this guy just brought in 750 grand a month. So the entire 30 grand, I didn't get any of his information. All I saw was, if he can do it, I can do it. And that's when I went from 30, 40 grand a month to like, all right, we're locking in on 100, and then we're going from that. So I could be like, oh, I got scammed. I didn't learn anything. Right. It's true. I didn't like none of his courses. I didn't like none of his freaking all of the things he was doing. I felt like I could do better. I could say that I was scammed, but wrong. I was like, if that took him to $750,000 a month, I got to pay more attention to this guy. So this is is the way you view things, right? I don't. Most people they didn't get scammed. Most people haven't even freaking tried, to be honest. If all the people that are calling people scammers, like raise your hand if you've been scammed, 9 out of 10 would not be able to raise their hand. You know what they're, I know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, and they lost their money. That's what they're gonna say because it makes them feel good, right? To have an excuse for their mediocre mindset. That's all it is. It makes them feel comfortable to have valid arguments for why they suck at life. Well, I know somebody that knows somebody and they lost. That's why I'm not doing it. Okay. Right. And that's really it, man. The 9 out of 10 can't raise their hand and say, I went in 30 grand. I showed up for 6 months straight. I was at every call. I did what they said. I made the calls. Nothing. Complete sham. You never heard that story because it's all the people that don't do the work. They don't have a positive outlook on life. They don't have leadership abilities and they don't have communication abilities. And then they quit. Or again, they never even got involved. And they'll go and spread this word about somebody scammed or robbed them because they won't say the truth. Actually, I've never done it before. That's what they should be saying. And people that spent money, again, I think I made my point here. Most of the people did not get scammed. Or maybe again, in my reality, there's no such thing as scams. That's why I probably see it that way. Because I just refuse to believe there's people out there taking your money and then just, running away with it and then forget you. And then you're like, oh, poor me. I was such a good person. I was such a great, responsible leader. I had a massive team. I was so successful. This guy came and robbed everything out of my life. That's not really how, like, dude, that's not really how it goes. So anyway, so that's my experience of working full-time online for the last 8 years with the people that call other people scammers. Somebody asked me yesterday what I do for a living, and I was like, I'm an online coach. Oh, you're one of those coaches. Oh, what the frick does that even mean? I was like, what do you mean? You didn't have a mom or a dad? Like, yeah, of course I did. What are those? Coaches. You didn't have a freaking high school football coach? Yeah. That's how you learn to play football. I was like, you didn't have a freaking musical coach. I was like, what are you talking? Like people are making like coaching and all they're like, they're scammers. What are you talking about? Everybody needs a coach. I've went through this whole thing through coaching and mentorship and just paying my way because I'll give you a quick little one, and I'll give it back to you. I'm sorry, Rory. I was taught that the most inexpensive thing in the world is money, right? Everything else is more expensive. Time, energy, wisdom, experience. Not everything else is more expensive. Money is just perceived value. It has no real value. Real value is life, time, right? Energy. So when I was given an opportunity to exchange very inexpensive things, properties like money for wisdom, incredible expensive things, for real knowledge, for results, right? A person's time. I was like, that's a no-brainer for me. The hell I want money for it. Spent the money, and now I skip 30 years it would have taken me to learn that. I get another mentor, I skipped another 30, 40 years. I get this book, that book, I read them. I'm really like 700 years old. People just don't know this. It's like how? I paid for his 30 years. I paid for his 30 years. I don't have time to learn everything as I go. Here's your money. Teach me what you know. Got it. Next. Here's your 30 grand. Teach me what you know. Got it. Next. So, dude, but you're like $100,000 in 8 years. Yeah, but now I make it a month. Right? So this is why, to go back to your question, I don't want the people that think this is a scam. I don't want the people that think there's people out there stealing. I don't want any of that, man. I want the people that get it, right? It's like, hey, I want to be better. I want to do better. You guys look like you're doing better. Let's do better together. And then that's it. It's very easy.
Love it, my friend. I love it. So, George, what do you say to the people out there pushing hard at their business, giving it everything? They're out there on Facebook. Every single post is a Facebook, business post, offer, business post, tell people about the business, blah, blah, blah. What do you say to people like that about why they're not getting that engagement or those results?
Well, you didn't really say what would get them the results or the engagement. See, everything you said, that's part of the puzzle, but that's not where the results are. It all starts here. It all starts with what you do at home. It starts with your habits. See, you can't lie to your audience. You can make a post and make yourself seem successful, but the energy, the universe, God will not allow the wrong energy to go through the post. What do I mean by this? If you're not really a leader, you really don't have the money, you're really not crushing it, and you go post, hey, join my team because we're crushing it, we're doing this, we're doing that, you're not going to get engagement on that. You don't know that there's universal laws. The energy that your post is giving off is that of a liar, of a loser, a mediocre person, this, and that. It's like, why? Because you're not being honest. Where does honesty start? Honesty, where does it start?
With
Do you know
yourself?
where it starts? Self. So most people, they'll do a post about make money, be successful, this, and that, when they're not making money successful and that, when they should have, hey, I took 5 minutes to pray this morning and I did this. I went on an amazing run. It was awesome. So I'm really happy that I just started this mentorship program where there's a potential for me to make 10K a month. Everything's lining up, all my ducks in a line. Wish me luck, family. If you're interested in this opportunity, drop a comment and I'll let you know. P.S. I am very new, been only doing it 3 days. So bear with me, but I'll share the information I have so far. This person's going to crush it. This person, oh my God, I don't know what they're going to buy. You're full of crap,
Yeah,
right? This person's going to
incredible.
crush it.
It's incredible the amount of people who are saying, this marketing strategy that we have is going to change your life. And it's like, man, no one's even liking your post. I'm
Right.
like,
Everybody. I'm
I
going
was
to
like,
get you more leads. You have no leads. So, oh man, I'm an agency for people that need more engagement. Dude, you have one like and zero comments. It's
yeah.
like,
And it's all down the feed. It's not just one. It's like boom, boom, boom.
it's just, this is why I'm glad that I started this 8 years ago because I was one of them. We all have to be one of them. We don't know what's going on. We're lost. But once you get through the dark times and the dark moments, you really do get to spend the money you want, travel the world, see beautiful people around the world, wake up when you want to, go to sleep when you're tired. Like today, I'm going to work through the night. Like right now, it's barely 5 p.m. I'm going to start working around 7 p.m. I'll probably go to bed around 5, 6 a.m. I don't know, right? I just do my schedule as I go, however I feel for the day, right? So it's true, but you do have to get through the dark part, and the dark part is usually you're gonna have to get educated. You're gonna have to find a team because you can't be the lone wolf. There's no such thing as wolves that pack alone. They all hunt in packs. I'm sorry, I said it backwards. But you got to go through that little phase. But as long as you have somebody that's willing to hold your hand, as long as you have a team that's willing to clap for you, give you a pat on your back, and as long as you're willing to commit and keep going, you'll find success. You'll find success. But look, if you're watching this right now, and you don't have any of that. You're nowhere near finding success. You can just eliminate it. Right now, just ask yourself, do I have a millionaire mentor? No. It's going to be very hard for you to find success. It's like, do I have the right team that claps for me and we get to share wins every day? No, it's going to be very hard for you to find success. It's like, do I have, am I a leader of 10, 15, 20 people? Do I have a lot of responsibilities that will keep me going even when I don't want to keep going? No. Okay, we're going to have a hard time. And then one, it's like, are you connected to God? Man, where we always put Jesus Christ in it, right? So There's just those things alone most people don't have, and they somehow think they're going to fast track to success tomorrow. And it's like, come on, bro. You haven't been successful in 35 years and you don't have any way of becoming successful. Why would you ever think that tomorrow's your day? Why? Like, where do you get that information from? I'll tell you where. It lines up with the same lies they tell on the Facebook post. People are just, we're taught to be okay with lying. Oh, tomorrow's a better day. It's impossible for tomorrow to be a better day. Why? Tomorrow's a result of today. The only thing you could ever do is have a better today. Tomorrow is just going to be a result of what happened today. I'm telling you, man, people were taught wrong. People were taught wrong, and it's not their fault. We were all babies when we showed up. I went to public school. They taught me getting a job was the answer. Obviously not. Dropped out of high school. You know, they taught me if I didn't get a career, I could never make it. Obviously not. I ended up having, anyways, I'm not going to go into that story, but people were taught wrong, man. And that's why I focus on giving my team the right information where they're no longer dependent on the system. They're not dependent on, you know, having a job. They're not dependent on the economy, right? They're not dependent on other people. None of that, man. I teach people how to step into leadership, you know, be responsible with what they currently have and how to grow from there at exponential rates. Like, I mean, exponentials, what would you say? Speed? Exponential pace. I mean, it's just very fast. I think you could agree that it's very fast. People, I meet them, they're all broken down. 7 days later, like, dude, I didn't even know it was this easy. Oh man, my life changed. And that's like everybody on the team.
I mean, I can testify, George. I've just gone, the last 12 weeks have been the most difficult of my life, and I'm the most healthy I've been in years in every
Wow.
aspect, every aspect.
Congratulations, Rory. Good for you, man. Good for you. Happy to hear that, Rory. And I'm glad that you're part of the team, and I'm really grateful that we're doing this interview right now.
I am as well. I'm very grateful. So, um, okay, what about people that don't have enough confidence, George? They look in the mirror and they think, "Who's this clown? How am I going to make it?" How do you hand them a win and prove that they're actually the hero of their own story?
Well, I mean, you could just look at the facts. You feel like a loser or whatever because you call yourself a loser, right? If you called yourself a champion, you would feel like it enough times. It's like if you doubt yourself, it's because you're building that reality. No, there's no smarter people or dumb people. There's only two types of people. People, look, not even that, man. I'll tell you this, and it goes back to the same information. You know why people doubt themselves? Somebody taught them that. It was a learned behavior. It's not real. I proved it to you and a bunch of people on the team, right? It's like they doubt themselves or they think that they don't have the confidence. How many people come up to me like, but I'm an introvert, right? It's like, yeah, so is Elon Musk. So is Mark Zuckerberg. So is Steve Jobs, rest in peace. So is Bill Gates. Like every single successful person is quiet and an introvert and they listen better than they speak. So what's your excuse again? See, so this is what I mean. It's false information. Well, I'm not really good at talking. Nobody that I know that's successful is really good at talking. It's like so they're making up these barriers when the reality is there are no barriers because if you're watching this right now, you could just send Rory a message. There's no barriers in between that, right? If you're watching, you can ask for more information. There's no barriers, right? If you don't know if it's going to work for you, ask, hey, why do you believe this will work for me? You see, if you take baby steps along the way, you never have to worry about being fearful. You never have to worry about doubting yourself because you're taking such small steps, they no longer put fear in you, right? Like maybe the step is not to call worry immediately. Maybe the step is to breathe. I've never called anyone before and asked about a business. It's a great day for me. And then out of nowhere, you get a smile. Out of nowhere, you realize you're doing something big. That little step would change everything. And then the next little step, and the next little step. Most people are like, but what if I don't become a millionaire? Well, the odds are you're not, my guy. Like it took me freaking 6 years online, and it took me a whole decade before. So it's like you don't want to look like, what if it doesn't work? Are you talking about what if something 20 years from now doesn't work? Dude, just worry about right now. Because let me ask you this, Lord. If everything you want to do today works out for you, did you have a perfect day, a perfect life, a perfect moment? Of course. You
Absolutely,
work,
because
That's it.
there's only the present.
People suffer over failures that they are assuming they're going to have 10 years down the line. Who does that? Like, what if it doesn't work? You know, I don't become a millionaire. Dude, what if you don't, but you do make $500,000? You ever think about that? Like, no, I never thought about $500,000. They're either in between a million or broke because that's what they were taught. It's like, what if it doesn't work out the way you thought, but it works out even better? What if you see what I'm saying? Being negative or doubting yourself is a learned behavior. It's just learned, man. It's not their fault. They didn't do it. Nobody's born here. I want to be, the person that's always doubting with lack of self-belief, lack of self-love, and I just want to be embarrassed of everything all the time. Even though I have no evidence to back this up, I have no evidence to prove that this is what I really want, right? But this is what I'm going to do. Like it was learned behaviors, man. Especially even in school. Be quiet, raise your hand, do this. They make you submit. And then when you're an adult and it's time for you to handle responsibilities, you're too shy. Well, yeah, they didn't let you speak your whole growing up. You got to ask permission and go use the bathroom. Are you kidding me? So now people are like at tables, business tables, they're scared to get up because they were already been programmed for 15 years straight. But this is why I'm very patient with people, man. I don't believe people are born less or more. I just think it's the education that was given to them. So but if you're like one of those people that like you're down on, self-belief or confidence, right here, I'll give you a quick example. Write out all of the things that you're doubting, make a T-chart, right? And it's okay that you doubt them. It's okay that you don't believe in them. It's okay that they make you feel bad. That's no problem. It's a system in your mind. It's not really yours. So you don't have to take any ownership. You write out those problems. On the right side, I want you to write out the complete opposite. It doesn't matter if it's true or not, just write the complete opposite. So over here is like, hey, I'm very scared of public speaking. On the right, you're going to put, I am the best public speaker. And when I get on stage, everybody loves me. I kid you not, somehow something happens in the brain where the emotion of happiness and relief, will make sure that your brain will now start considering this other option. And when you look at this other one, the fear and the pain is going to make sure you push that away. And now your brain will start acting to this one. A lot of people never even went in their brains and realized how many things they picked up that wasn't even theirs. They picked it up in elementary. They picked it up through their parents. They picked it up through all kinds of programmings that, again, now people are scared to just send a text. Can you believe that? Because they were told, don't speak to strangers. Don't talk to strangers. Everything you want is in the hand of a stranger. The money you want, it's not in your pocket. It's not in your bank account. It's in somebody else's hands, somebody you have yet to meet. The dream that you're going to put together, that you're going to do that with strangers. The lifestyle that you're going to create, you're going to do that with strangers, right? The shirt that you buy, everything, the car, you're going to buy that from a stranger. The money you're going to spend it with a stranger. So, the whole, I'm not confident enough, you're making it up because I'm telling you, I have all the evidence in the world to prove that it's not that. You were just taught to feel that way and say those things, but it's just not true. I'm telling you, man, we're all computers. People accept the program they have, but the reality is the program, if you didn't build it yourself, it's probably not for you. This is why people that break out the matrix, they just build their own lifestyle and then they're just happy and successful forever. And then everybody that's trying to follow this one system, they're miserable, man. Some people could do it, right? But if you're not that person, like my mom, she could do it. She went to college twice. She did her bachelor's degree in Mexico. When she went to the States, like, your school is not enough. So she got 2 bachelor's, a master's degree, and now her PhD. And guess what? She has a 9-to-5. I didn't even get a high school diploma, and I'm bringing in more money than her. So it's like some people are just good at whatever. If you're not the person that's good at, following that system, jump on board with the entrepreneurs, jump on board with the leaders online, jump on board with making your own things happen. I'm telling you, man, a lot of people are like, oh, if you couldn't follow those instructions, you're not going to make it here. I don't believe that. I got kicked out of a lot of things, a lot of places, because I wasn't into it. And the minute I started doing the things that I'm into, I became the best. It was really that simple. I got away from the things I didn't like. I started doing the things I like, and now I'm the best at whatever I touch. right? So all of that stuff, man, confident, anything that has to do with negativity going on in your life, you were taught that, how to attract that, and you can be taught how to reverse that. And I'll just leave it at that.
Absolutely, my friend. Okay, so George, if you could go back to a moment you almost threw in the towel, what would you say to yourself, and what do you think that version of you would say back?
What would I say? I threw in the towel like 4 times, man, since I started. I kept quitting, man. It got tough, dude. It got tough. When I didn't have, but it was always the same. When I didn't have a mentor, I didn't have a team, and I wasn't getting results, and I just started like hating on people for winning online. I was like, oh man, he's making all this. I wasn't making no money. I was like just hating. I just threw in the towel, went and got a sales job again, went started in timeshare again. Boom, 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 boom. Then I was like, then when I'm there, I'm like, this can't be it. Even though I now have money and everything, I got to sit here for like 4 or 5 hours a day where I don't do anything. I just sit. I just felt like I was wasting my life. I come back, I give it another go. I'm doing good. Like a year and a half later, I quit again, right? Because the team left, this happened, lost money, whatever. I go back, got a job at the bank, boom, boom. So it's happened a few times, man. Now I don't have to quit because I'm not in a position to quit. My business just runs. But this is what I'm talking about. You keep going, it gets better, right? Um, what would I say to myself back then? When I was quitting, I wouldn't change anything though, Rory. I like that I quit. I tell people all the time, quit on the stuff you don't like. Winners are quitters. We know when to quit on what's not working for us. You know what makes a winner? We quit on all things that do not help us win. That's the only difference. Most losers, they don't know when to throw in the towel. They'll just keep losing. Like, hey, you've been getting paid the same for 3 years. All 3 years you've been broke. Don't you think it's time for a change? Throw in the damn towel. Go somewhere else. They're, oh, I'm gonna make it here. You're not. You ain't make it in 3 years. I'm telling you, man. We see it all the time. Professional athletes here in their contracts, their agreements, dude, and they'll call you crybaby, crybaby LeBron James, or crybaby this, but nobody has the $1 billion like he has. And it's like, why? Because he quit at everything that he didn't see helping him win. So, but that I wouldn't have changed anything, man. So what would I tell myself back? I would say, good job, quit, go get a job, get your mind together, come back when you're ready, which is what I did. The point is to keep
Which is
going and
what
keep
I
winning.
refused to do for a long time, but yeah, it's weird. Like, yeah, I just
There you
things are
go.
dropping for me just even talking to you, George, on this
There you
call.
go, man. See, when you're connected and you move in a humble way, it gets very easy to make decisions because you're doing them out of love. I did that out of loving myself. Like, hey, look, I'm miserable here. This sucks. This sucks. This is miserable. Okay, George, well, do what you want to do. Well, I'm not going to have the money or this and that. That's okay. At least you'll be happy. And I was like, I will be. And then I went right back to work and this and that, right? So it's like, but again, I already had like 3 millionaire mentors when all that stuff was going on. I already had read, hundreds of books on peace of mind and this. And I mean, look, you can't avoid the work. You can't avoid the work. So I wouldn't tell myself anything, but what I would tell somebody watching this, if they're going through a bad time, is like take the next step, make sure it's a small step, and remember that consistency and commitment will take you to places that all the money in the world can't take you. It'll take you to places where all the money, all the help, all of it just won't take you, right? So there's no substitute for the hard work that's required, right? And part of that hard work sometimes is quitting on a project here or there, joining a new team, seeing new opportunities, new horizons, selling different products, selling different things. You wouldn't believe how many people I've met. They're like, Dad said, this is the thing that's going to take me to, this is the best thing ever. It's going to take me to $10 million. This is the best project ever. Blah, blah. Next month, they join my team. And then a month later, like, oh, no, I just let go of that project altogether. And it's like, what happened? Right? They realized, no, that wasn't even in my heart, man. That's why I was failing. But now that you taught me this, I know what I really want. And then 90 days later, they blow up and they make it happen. They got the lifestyle, they have the cars, they have the friends, they have everything. And it's like, because you were just wasting your time, you should have just quit a long time ago on that and now don't chase happiness, attract love, attract abundance. Most people are too busy fighting, man. They just want to fight all the time. Fight, fight, fight. Arguments, fighting with themselves, fighting with their ego, fighting with the views of online, fighting with social media, fighting with the money. You don't want to get in all that. Life is much easier than that. They want you to believe that that's how it should be. Because they can keep you stressed and scared. They can use you. A person like me is like worthless to the system. Because they're like, oh, George Alfredo, there's going to be a bomb coming and you guys are all going to die, man. You know, okay. And I'll just keep going. It's like, I wouldn't stress me. Man, but then there's that. Okay, I'm happy. But if you're stressed, what? Oh, man, a bomb on top of everything I'm going through? Oh, man. That's 99.9% of people right there. They don't even know if it's true. They just can't wait to add that to their problems because they're just addicted to picking up problems. They're like, oh, there's more problems. Oh, man, give me something else to complain about. Give me that one too. And then they just build this energy of negativity and problems and anchors. And then I don't know why I'm not successful. Dude, you were taught wrong, man. You're taught wrong. Instead of looking for, instead of bringing love into the air, you're bringing problems, you know? And that's most
Amazing,
people.
George. Like amazing. And I wanna speak to that because I have a friend of mine. His name's Tim, right? And he's not interested in business at all. Like he's successful in his way. Do you know what I mean? Like the way that he like, he's a successful person, he's a great sales rep. He works for someone, right? But but he's happy, man. He's happy. Like he's like, I want to work less. I've got enough money. I want to work less, do this, do that. Um, so I just want to make that distinction that we're not here judging people that are happy with their life, right? Or any judging anyone really.
That's
And I
true.
just really love that you spoke to that side of it. That like anyone watching this who's just like, I'm in a job, man. I do 4 hours a week. I got enough money. I'm not wanting for that much stuff. That's okay, right?
Absolutely. And my buddy right now, I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow. He was texting me. He taught me a really good lesson because I would not make fun of him, but I was like, dude, you're so much better than this. I was like, you can go do, he's in timeshare. I was like, you can go do a business. You could do this. You could do that. I was like, he's just such a great leader. And he's like, but I just don't have the time for it right now because he's a 9 to 5er. But this guy makes on certain months even more money than me. So like he has $60,000 commissions, man. He sells 300,000, $400,000 properties, right, weekly, and his commissions are 11%. So one sell, right, at 700,000, it's easy, 70 grand. He just had a sell like that last month. But then I caught myself like, if this guy's happy with his spouse, his kids, he's making 50 to 80 grand a month. Who cares if he's a 9 to 5er? I'm like, I just can't believe you got to ask permission to go to the bathroom. And he's like, yeah, it comes with the job. I'm like, but you got to ask permission to take a vacation? They're like, yeah. And I'm like, how do you do that making the amount of money you're making? He's like, I got a wife and kids. And I'm like, to me, it's like, dude. And then he taught me that everybody has a different path and different level of happiness. And I even apologized to him, not that, after New Year's. I was like, me and you've known each other for like 5 years, and I've always been on you about becoming a business owner. I want to take that back and I want to apologize. And look, he's seen all my friends. My top friends, they all make over $100,000 a month. HF. So I would tell him that. I was like, you're the friend that makes the least amount of money in my circle. And that's very rude, but I would always talk to him like that, trying to push him. And anyways, long story short, I ended up apologizing to him, and I have a lot more respect for him because he's seen. I have friends that make over $1 million a month, man, and he's been to dinners with us. And no matter what, he stuck by his guns. He never left his 9 to 5. He never launched a business with the other guy's got. He's got millions of dollars, man. He actually the apartment I'm in right now is his. So the guy owns like a building. He's a 9 to 5er, and he owns buildings and complexes, and he's got a 9 to 5. So it's like, this is what I mean about let's break, that vision everyone's been taught. It's like there's so much out there that you have no clue about. Get out of your room, get out of the little doubt, self-doubt, and all of that. Get out of the darkness. I can do it on my own. Get out of all that, all those little silly things, and get involved with people that are going to actually show you the world. They're going to actually show you what life is about. There's so much things out there, man. I'm telling you, this table, everything that he owns it. And I'm here telling, hey, you should get, launch a business. Sorry, man. Wife, kids. He just brought his wife the brand new, the Toyota. It's the biggest one. It's like the Mobile. It's like this big Toyota truck, brand new, 2025. So guys, it's a 9 to 5 man. So yes, happiness is different for everyone. Abundance is different for everyone. Some people they have cancer, and abundance for them will be cancer free. They don't care about all the millions in the world, right? Some people, abundance is different for everyone, like wealth, abundance, happiness, peace. And this is why most people can't find it because you're chasing the idea of someone else and what success represents to them. Well, if it's different for you, it's different. Rory's different for him and her and everybody. You might not want to follow anyone when you're talking about success. You might want to surround yourself with good people and follow your heart because success is different for everyone, man. But I know this, everyone has the key to success in their heart. Jesus did it. He put it in everybody's heart.
All right, George, this has been an amazing interview. I just want to wind up with three very hopefully funny questions to just give people a bit of a lighten down. But first, let's just talk about Friday's event. What's going to be on Friday's event, and we've got an event coming up. So, what are people going to get out of that free training?
So it's an event for anyone that's looking for success in their personal life, their business life, their online life, right? If they're looking for success, they might feel stuck, they lack clarity. You're gonna get those three things that are gonna get you rolling, taking action. You're going to eliminate the confusion, at least decrease the confusion, right? Like I would say eliminate, right? And you're going to have a roadmap, right, on how to get started with your successful life. I'm telling you, Rory, believe it or not, man, 9 out of 10 people watching this and all around the world, they don't even know where to start. And they just lie to themselves. They think tomorrow is going to be the day. It's not true. Guess what? Tomorrow's going to be like your yesterday, and the day before, and the day before, and the day until you have a clear roadmap to your actual desires. Most people don't even know what they actually desire. So we're gonna go over that on this call. It's free. So if you're watching this, Rory. Get back to Rory, and I'll be doing it live. Right, I'll be doing it live. It will be recorded, and it's gonna be an amazing event. By the time you're done, you'll be taking action. I can guarantee. I don't care if you're in multi-level marketing, affiliate marketing, if you have a 9 to 5 looking to jump online, if you have an online business looking to scale, right, or if you're just curious about a new way of life, right, new way of success, show up to the event. It's free.
Awesome, my friend. Awesome. Okay, so just to a bit of humor at the end here, George, and we'll wind this down. What's the dumbest piece of sales advice you've ever heard? The kind that make you want to throw your coffee mug at the wall and yell, seriously, what is this stuff?
I mean, for me, it's different. But remember, I told you like objection handling. I'm just completely against it. Like if you're getting objections, you suck. It's like being good at objection handling. I don't think that's like something to be proud of, right? And every time I don't think I've ever showed you any objection handling. I don't even teach it. I don't use it. I don't get objections. So it's I guess that for me that's it. Like if you're getting objections, you missed the point. You didn't build a connection. You don't know the pain. You don't know their fears. You don't know their deposit. You don't know anything. That's what an objection is to me. I feel like you're running into a wall because you're not even going in the right direction. So to me, like the objection handling and how to do rebuttals and how to do to me it's just crap. I don't use none of it. I don't use it. I don't study it. I wouldn't even want my brain to think that I'm gonna go in a fight with somebody along throughout this process. Like I know everyone I talk to, I'm gonna have a peaceful, nice professional conversation. There was a point when I first started in sales where, all right, here comes the objection, and I'm ready for the objection, and I'm looking for the objection. Like that lifestyle sucks, dude. It's just, it's cool if you're doing it. That's how I started, but there's a much easier and better way. But that's it, man. Master objection handling, like rebuttals. That to me is what makes me like want to throw my coffee mug. Like, dude, shut up. Like, you should not master how to get in fights and win the argument. You should master how to listen and provide value. That's. But anyways, that's it for me.
Um,
Uh,
George, I'm going to end it there, man, because I just don't think anyone needs to hear any more than that to know that you're the real deal. I don't think we need to go any further there. That was absolutely, that just inspires me, man. It has created behavior change in me once again. And I don't think we need to ask any of these other funny questions, mate. I think this has been an amazing interview. You've given a huge amount of your time as usual. I've learned so much off of you from this interview. I'm so proud to do this interview with you, George, and for you to be the first of the 50 entrepreneurs in 50 days abundance mission. And as for the rest of you guys, try and get over to the event on Friday. It's coming. Well, I believe it's
it's in a little
tomorrow.
bit for us. It's in a little bit for us. Just leave the info in the bio or the notes here for the
Yeah,
event. That way you can change it.
beautiful. And George, thank you so much for your time, as always. And I can't wait for our next engagement because I'm sure I'll get another breakthrough.
There you
For
go.
everyone who's watched, drop a like on this video if you got some value out of it. Again, subscribe, share the channel if you think other people can get some benefit out of what George gave us today. We've got a huge lineup of more mentors, doing this stuff from all ranges of life. But I'm so proud that you were the first one, George. I'm proud to be working under you and learning under you. Thank you. You're an amazing human being. And we'll see you guys on the other side.
Have a good one. Have a good one. Later. Thank you, Rory. Bye bye.